Go, let's go, let's go, let's go. This is MC Recovery in the house. Yes. Uh Last night it was buffering, buffering, and buffering, and buffering. And I mean like, hey, we finna get it started. Blow the whistle. Uh I had to say part two because that part one, it was buffering. I had some nice hell of a screens that I wanted to get in on. And then the other screen that went viral that I found, man, a whole lot of people didn't start using the one with the pastor, the black fatigue, but this one right here is targeted black people, black and white mayors, race hustling and Albanian. So I just want to just look at the fact of it. So let's get over there, right there. Hit the subscribe button. Get this thing started. We're a minute into the show. Uh, Man, I had a roll going, but uh, hey, this is me right there. Let me see which is which. Go like this, and let's go down. Oh, we're gonna look at this part. I'm just going with the flow. Uh, Fair use. It may be some struggle screaming jumping off. I see that. Cities called out. Now you remember the video before this. Those liberals. And this is how they go about it. They go about it like, cities called out by Trump all have black mayors. Trip.
Do you guys find it interesting?
The first thing that I need y'all to look at is something that we say and look. First thing I need y'all to look at is something that we love. Some of us say in recovery when it comes to the textbook of Alcoholics Anonymous, or it's like what my sponsor told me: God don't need your permission to work in your life. Trip with this man right here is saying though. See?
Interesting that all the cities that Donald Trump is threatening to deploy troops happen to be cities that have black mayors. Is that just a coincidence? He mentioned Chicago. Of course, he mentions DC. He mentions Baltimore. All run by very intelligent and what I would consider very good people that happen to be black. Is that just a coincidence? I'm just curious because in all these cities, crime rate has pummeled. It's been dropping. For instance, in DC.
See, how do he knows this? Is he living over there with us? Huh? He's not living over there with us. There's a whole lot of people I grew up with that was on the edge, hustlers. Not even some of the pimps are living in South Central. Do y'all know what I mean? Some of the pimps that grew up over there, they're not even living over there. That raid that they did the other day, hey, believe me, like I said, I stayed on Figueroa and Gage, and y'all saw in my early videos when I was going down Figueroa, what I was just supposedly, suggestively saying, hey, be careful if you go over there because these are individuals. Okay, you better come real strong. So what that there say? How did he know this? This is the part that cracks me up. Look, let's listen. Yeah.
The crime rate in DC as a whole the last couple of years has gone down 8%, but violent crime just in the last year and a half or so is down 26%, which is a great thing. We should all be celebrating that. So why is Donald Trump only choosing the cities run by black people that happen to be Democrats?
And then we got to ask ourselves, we should be celebrating that. Hey, all right, go and order a whole lot of buffet food, take it over there, and see what happens. And then not only it has crime rate, it has a big majority Should we see Philadelphia, Chicago? I don't be seeing the homelessness in Chicago. All I hear about it is that they have a nickname called Chirac. And Spike Lee even did a movie on it. Matter of fact, he used one of the cameras that I have here. About 3 or 4 of them, Canon 70Ds. So, and so how does he know this? And this is like what these liberals will do. And with that, let's bag it up because I said that in the video yesterday before I played the part 1 of this video, which I really didn't want to have a part 2 too. So, let's get it really started. See, because I like what I showed yesterday to y'all. The things that I was looking at. Okay. What I wanted to really talk about. So let me check out the chat. See, targeting black mayors. The Dems left, governors and the states officials leave. Yeah, I want to show this video. Every time when like Donald Trump come up with some sort of solution, some of the individuals, all of a sudden, you want to leave. You want to slow down votes. Does that make sense? And then if his party have done that, it'll be all on in the screen, all on social media and the news. See? But now what's really happening is this. Let me show y'all the video I'm talking about. Fair use on the other one. And let's really dig into it. All right. And I think I probably don't need this one open. Yeah. Now we got to ask ourselves, is it really race baiting? Al Sharpton said Donald Trump is targeting black mayors. Let's see. Okay, now it's coming. We're going to look at something, and I haven't even really seen this video yet. So let's get it started.
So you can grow thicker.
They don't feel safe. All right, YouTube. This Detroit's HPTV coming to you out of Detroit, back with another video. We got to talk about
fair use. Let's check out this man video. What's his page called? Detroit HPTV, as he said. So, hey, he's going to talk about Al Sharpton say Donald Trump is targeting black mayors and black communities. Okay. Is he fear mongering? See, you see what he say? And mine say, is it race hustling or baiting? And it's fear mongering also. Now let's see you speed it up.
Right mass now. Shootings. It's racially motivated. Older people are not safe. The children are not safe. And the communities are disastrous. Now, you have Al Sharpton and people on the left saying that Donald Trump is targeting black mayors in black cities. Is it really, though? You got Al Sharpton. I'm going to show you his clip. He's saying that it's racially motivated.
And why is we pinpointing it to just the mayors? Cities have a whole lot of officials. In other words, is these cities and states and counties really keeping us our best interests at heart? At heart. Think about it. So let's see, and I'm going to speed this up.
I don't know about that. Because when you look at the fact that the D.C. police have just been found out that they've been fudging the numbers on crime to make crime like it's going down, but the people actually live in D.C. see that it's not. It's just like here in Detroit. In Detroit, young people losing their lives almost every day. Almost every day. 2 and 3 people at a time. Do you know how many mass shootings it was just in Chicago? Mass shootings. Chicago had 23 people shot in one day. In one city, 23 people shot. Now,
See?
We got
And then we nonchalantly, like, hey, this is the way things flourish. I mean, leaving before your parents. Nobody don't see nothing wrong with this. But the fear mongering is, oh, you're there to arrest them and all this thing. Hey, feel free to go over there and check out the rest of this video. Just to get caught up to speed. Hey, go over there and check it out. Will it really hurt? Check out a part of it. Think about it. Well, let's see. Let me go down to the bottom and let's see if there's some more attachments right onto this. So he said that part. Let me see if he got any clips. Let's go right here to what Al Sharpton really said. All right, here's the public. Now,
lifted. We should be helping those mayors expand that success, not trying to degrade them simply because they're not in your party.
Joining us now is Reverend Al Sharpton, National Action Network president and host of MSNBC's Politics Nation. Michael Hardaway is former communications director and spokesman for Congressman Hakeem Jeffries. So, Michael, is the message you're hearing the Democrats are not going to take this sitting down?
Power concedes nothing without action, is what Frederick Douglass said. And that's what Democrats are doing. They refuse to allow this to happen. The reality is that if Democrats lie down and let Republicans steal these seats in Texas, that is only the first step in many. They will do that in other states. And that is their way to try to hold the majority in the House, which is only centered on Donald Trump avoiding accountability for his litany of illegal acts during this presidency. And so Democrats have to fight here. They're doing the right thing. Leader Jeffries and Mr. Schumer are doing the right thing by leading that fight, and they should continue that.
So, Rev, one man in Washington, D.C. told our colleagues that he does not feel safe calling it home anymore, especially after President Trump's announcement. Take a listen.
You don't need a second job. You just need to learn how to talk to AI.
Let's be real. Most people over 40 use
Thinking about going
fair use.
solar, but not sure whether it's worth it for your home? Well, before you get quoted.
It just feels like a microscope is now on like black people, and listening to the press conference on my way over here, every city that he named, Chicago, Oakland, Baltimore, which by the way, Baltimore's crime is down 50%. All of them are
How do they know this?
So it just feels not
Fear-mongering.
only like a target on DC's back, but also mine as a black man in DC. It's just, it doesn't feel like home
Fear-mongering.
anymore. I was just texting my mom and my girlfriend like, I think it may be time to like move out of DC because for one, I'm not wanted, and two, it's not safe, and it's kind of I kind of was left speechless because this isn't home anymore. It doesn't feel like home anymore.
Donald Trump, Rev, says he's actually making Washington, D.C. safer. Is that what's happening?
Well, first of all, Donald Trump was sat in the White House.
See? Now, I haven't seen all of this. Now, I haven't seen all of this, but you see how they're rolling it out? People are pre-ready to speak. Cammed up and ready to speak. But now let the right wing have a seat at the table. And you already saw on an earlier stream of how the black folks in these communities do not feel safe. Got to go home at night. Same thing out here. I know families that have had kids, don't even know the other kids in the community at all. Never been to the park in the community at all. Never been to the park in their own community, let alone went to the liquor store, the laundromat, or walked around the corner to go to like a Tam's, as y'all saw in the Super Bowl. So let's pay attention and see, is Al Sharpton race hustling or baiting? All right? Let's see.
House several hours during January 6th while his followers were beating police officers, Capitol Police, and others, and never picked up the phone or picked up his Twitter and told them to stop. And when he finally did, it was almost at the end of the day. And to add insult to injury, when he got back in office, he pardoned people who'd been convicted of felony acts on January 6th. So now all of a sudden he wants to bring order to Washington. So you've got to deal with his record. His record is that if people are violent and disobey the law and assault law enforcement and are supportive of him, that's fine. But on some others that he claims out of control, because the data says that crime and violent crime has gone down in Washington, he's going to send out the National Guard. Well, why didn't he send it out January 6th? So this is clear politics. It's aimed at black mayors. It's aimed at also trying to take the Epstein case.
It's like I said, it's other officials that's in all of those cities know the real numbers. Know the real numbers. They are just the face that's going to get the blunt of the blow that was already set in place by Sharpton's them party, these liberals. You see the fear baiting. You see the booby traps. They want to go back. You don't see many blacks really contesting to this in the YouTube and TikTok spaces. The ones that you see that's caping real strong was that liberal I had at the screen yesterday. Those liberals, all of a sudden, but they don't be in our community. They don't see that we ain't going to no Target at this time of night. It's 10 o'clock. You can't even send someone down there to like if you're doing a recipe for an event tomorrow or a picnic. You can't send shit. I can't send my son up the street to go and get some kosher salt from Walgreens, which is only like 3 or 4 blocks away from here. So, and then I'm not even in the South Central part, but I know I'm in the Harbor City part, and things can get tense over here because I'm on the city of LA side. And
the files off the front page. And it's drama that is at the expense of people. And it's sad, we're going to end up with stop and frisk in D.C. He will take it to other cities while they, at the same time, try to rob people of their proper districts according to the census in Texas, and will do it other places. So the rules don't matter anymore. You don't wait on the
When you listen to Al Sharpton and his double talk.
Is every person who works at a desk doomed to get a neck hump? Not if you do this thing.
See, it's like what his scream say. Al Sharpton say Donald Trump is targeting black mayors and black communities. Is he Phil Montgomery? And mine say, is he hustling and baiting? So
Sharpton knows how dangerous DC is, New York and these cities. Al Sharpton is such a sellout that he will stand in the way of any help or upward mobility that the black community could make.
And I'm going to leave it right there. So feel free to go over there and check out his community YouTube TV show. And then we got another hellified scream coming, because this scream right here, this from the scream. Now the DC mayor, let's see what she's talking about. But before that, we're going to see what Thomas Stoll said. See, Thomas Stoll said, ooh, Thomas Stoll talks about culture. No, not that one. Versus the left. I like what he said right here, Thomas Stoll. Let's find, give me a minute, y'all. Now, this is what Al Sharpton is doing. He's doing the same thing as what this individual did. Do y'all see those eyes? He's doing the same thing.
Is Jesse Jackson good for African Americans or not?
He's
not.
Good for himself.
Good for himself.
And that's true of most ethnic leaders in most groups, in most countries, in most periods of history. That what will serve his interest is to keep people paranoid, dependent upon him, dependent upon government. What will serve their interest is typically just the opposite.
Was the civil rights movement good for the African American in all ways, or were there any downsides?
See, look, Black Lives Matters, abolish the police. Abolish the police. Look at who's holding up these signs. I stopped it there. Look at who's holding up these signs. Caping. Very hard for who? USA or our community. But see, these signs clearly show like Black Lives Matter. Look at who's holding up that one. Abolish the police. Look at who's pushing for that there. Do y'all see them signs? Look at who's holding them. Caping hard for the well-being of us. Really? These are the liberals. These are the individuals that's out there for these deportation raids. They want us to be out there, and we know what will happen if we come out there. We really do, huh? We know what happened. We'll come out there to help out in a peaceful way, and then all of a sudden, allegedly, individuals that don't look at us will starting stuff, fires, and then that would infuse some of the individuals up there. Like, do you see any men, black men, in this picture?
Sides to it.
It was good in some ways. It was not, like most things, it's not good in all ways. It's a little like, a clock that stops will be right twice a day. And the liberals' assumptions worked in that particular case for a limited period. Unfortunately, along with that came many other things, which destroyed law enforcement, which destroyed the family, which destroyed education.
Have you ever debated Jesse Jackson?
No, I haven't.
Is that because, would you like to, or would he not want to?
Which destroyed the family, which destroyed education.
Have you ever debated Jesse Jackson?
No, I haven't.
Check this out.
And the liberals' assumptions worked in that particular case for a limited period. Unfortunately, along with that came many other things, which destroyed law enforcement, which destroyed the family, which destroyed education.
Have you ever debated Jesse Jackson?
No, I haven't.
Is that because, would you like to, or would he not want to do that?
I have no idea.
What should the civil rights movement be for now?
Dissolution. They've won, declare victory, go home and start putting your efforts into something else like education, entrepreneurship, all kinds of other things that have a much bigger payoff.
Why don't they do that?
Because they're specialized. I mean, how come wrestlers don't go in for violin playing? Well, they don't have those skills.
I mean, there's nothing else Jesse Jackson can do?
Well, do you think Jesse Jackson can become a violinist?
I don't. Al Sharpton?
Not bloody likely.
So you're saying that?
See, guess what else? Where's their congregation? I mean, their titles for what they've been telling us for years and decades. Their church. I don't never hear nobody talking about they got to make a church and that they can't wait for Sunday. Their Sunday is when black men or someone allegedly body bags or some sort of injustice to spin the narrative to rile us up. Rile us up and give us nothing. So, woo, very useful. Feel free to go over there and check out some of Thomas Stowe's video. Please feel free to go over there and check them out. We finna do another one. That was fair, yes. I mean, like, man, this is like getting crazy out here in these YouTube streets, y'all. So I'm gonna go over here and then let's see what the DC mayor is talking about. Should we? Oh no, hey, like I said something about the pastors, right? Let's see what our boys, the Cartier family, has got to say on that, because I know they're gonna do a rehearsal on me. So fair use, go over and check out these youngsters. They winning.
Genesis Summer.
Let's trip off of this. Fair use. This is the Cartier family. This is how they look. Cartier family, just CF. And they even have merch. See, I got to learn how to set my channel up like this so I can sell some of the merch. And, you know, I have some merch. Did y'all notice how they channel have the merch and I had the arrow? See, I got the merch also. See, so I'm gonna have to pretty soon allow y'all to see some of this merch. See, it's right here, brand new hats, the white ones, and I got black. But I did a test trial on some of the gray ones. So let's get back to the show. I'm going to the Rams game tomorrow. The Rams and Chargers game. Me and my son, we're going to the Rams game tomorrow. So let's get this show started. Fair use, the Cartier family, and let's see what this pastor is saying. Trip this. This pastor is speaking on not only what's really going on, according to the video I had yesterday, when y'all saw that the black people in those communities out there in D.C. can't even go outside that late. They feel free. They fear. So, in real time. So, I like the fact that this video is out there. Fair use.
I understand we need to move beyond color. I'm not about that, but y'all raised it. If you start it, I'll end it for you. Don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. But we got a problem. Black people got a problem. Now we can move to color blindness and always look at the man by the content of his character, never the color of his skin. I'm down for that. You get my vote. Yay and amen. I'm for that. But before we get there, we need to hear some truth. Black people and white folk. Black people got a problem. And it's a God problem. When black people see the world, I don't care. You can train them. You can train a black man to be a physician. You can train him to be an astrophysicist. You can train him to be a lawyer, but you can't train him to understand the world. He doesn't know. I'm telling you. There's not 2 cents worth of difference between a mass murderer. There's not 2 cents of difference between a petty thief that's locked away in prison.
What's up, brother? What's up? What's up, brother David Jack is in the house. Baby boy, I haven't seen my homie in a long time, man. Yeah, man, I'm finna cook what this pastor is talking about. Or what he's talking about. That's that black fatigue. See, he's tired. He's tired. What? Fair use.
Than a black doctor when it comes to understanding the world. Listen, you listen.
Damn. That's crazy.
We got to deal with this. And we need to begin to acknowledge it, talk about it, ask God to help us, because only God can help black people where they are. Black people had Africa, that big old continent over there. They never built one boat that was seaworthy. Not one. There's not one monument in Africa, in all of Africa. I know you're talking about Egypt. Egypt is not Africa. There are no great cities that were built. Even before the first colonization of white people coming to the shores of Africa, or the slave ship, black men built nothing. No sewer system, no houses above one level, and none of them made out of stone, all of them made out of grass and wood. Black men, before the white man ever got to Africa. The worst thing that could ever happen to South Africa was when they gave it to Nelson Mandela and black folk. That was a great nation. Now, notwithstanding apartheid was wrong, we all know it's wrong. I'm against it. There should have been some other resolution, though, than turning it over to Nelson Mandela. Disease, AIDS, and crime is running wild in Johannesburg. They're killing one another over there. They're dying of sickness. The government is mismanaged. The people who ran the nation are now leaving the nation because black folk don't know how to run no nation.
That's crazy.
See? And then don't y'all remember? Then we start seeing those shows. Hey, just send in 10 or They're starving over here of food. Do y'all remember that? That's what he's talking about. But yet, Nelson Mandela was locked up while all that was going on. See, and then you can research it. That's a man of God right there. That whole congregation is listening. Man.
They don't know how, and we need to admit it. I know you don't like it, but you need to stop shucking and jiving. We got a problem. Nigeria produces oil every year, yet the children over there are hungry and pot-bellied and walking barefoot. We got a problem. You talk about the Hutus and the Tutsis. Look what's going on in Zimbabwe now with Mugabe. We got a problem, black folk. And forget about Zimbabwe and South Africa, Nigeria. Look at what y'all have done in Harlem. You can't even hold on to Harlem. We got a problem. Black folk don't understand the world. You can get mad with me all you want. You can say what you, but you can't prove me wrong. Now, I'm not saying this because I hate black folk. I'm saying it because I love you enough to tell the truth. And the only person going to ever help us get out of the situation is going to be God. There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind. He does not understand the world. He doesn't. I don't care if he learned medicine.
He said they don't understand the world. He don't care if he understands medicine.
Wow.
Astrology.
So what is she writing down?
I don't know.
She's back
bro.
there writing something.
No, I'm really like the old people in the back is funny too. Oh my God,
Well, both of
So, you know, go over there and check out the Cartier show. Go over there and check out the Cartier show. You know, I'm just fair using it. And I seen another clip with this man, this preacher, breaking it off. And that clip could be found. But, man, that's like black fatigue. He is just basically just saying that even overseas, the blacks, the leaders over there have fatigue. Now, you remember when Kamala went over there trying to get them on, but they did stir up on that woke stuff. They said they do not want that over there at all. Them leaders send Kamala packing with her bags. They said, don't even unpack your suitcases, it seemed like. Get that woke stuff away from us. We is not on that page. It is a crime over there in many of them cities in Africa. Them leaders just, hey, it just didn't work. Joe Biden, they already knew he was asleep, so they wasn't worried about him coming next to try to have them engage and educating their community on their continent that it's okay to do all of these woke things publicly, and they will not play none of them cartoons and them Toy Stories, cartoons and stuff like that is not welcome in there. They will review them. So Africa is putting in some work right on that there. And now let me see if I can find the other one where so y'all can hear some more of where that pastor is coming from. And our girl, I put her stuff on our page once in a while. Sanfé reacts. Sanfé reacts. She found the clip, so we're gonna check her out. Okay, fair use, and so we can get the rest of the information on the thing.
Some of y'all, black people,
let me know if you
are about to get
church
very angry at this pastor. What? Black pastor is honest about black people. Ooh. Some of y'all just might stop making them be slaves. So who was building it then? The slaves over here. So maybe this stuff he said is very comical. It is. And it's funny. Here we go with the first one. He said, white man, y'all, built America. Y'all let me know if that's true. You know, y'all say black people built America. They're the only ones that really built America. But I'm saying to that, America was built before they brought the slaves over here. So maybe they just built it a little bit more. That's what I'm gonna say. Make it to what it is now. But then again, there was a point when they stopped making them build. Black people stopped making them be slaves. So who was building it then? Was all races building America? Yes, they were. Okay, don't forget the other races over here. Here we go. Get ready. Because it's powerful. Woo.
Somebody said to me that if Jesus is black, heaven is a ghetto. Everywhere black people lives a damn ghetto. Why should I be yelling at the white man? Hell, if it wasn't for him, we'd all probably be dead.
He said if Jesus is black, everything would be ghetto. Do y'all agree with that? Do you? I know we all think that Jesus is black, you know, his hair made of wool. They said it's in the Bible, but I'm telling you, I haven't seen that yet. If you know that verse, put it on down there. But I'm assuming maybe, because where he was from, the skin color was maybe more like mine or something like that. But doesn't mean he was black, y'all, okay? So I don't know. Nobody really knows unless they was there. Unless you were there. But the Bible said a lot of things, y'all. Those were people who wrote the Bible. People just like you. Just like.
So, you know, I'm just speeding it up because y'all. See, I'm just speeding it up because I haven't seen this video yet. Let's see if we can get to the part where he in the church. And I'm going to leave it like that, this part.
Africa. I know you're talking about Egypt. Egypt is not Africa.
Over there, and he had to build something so they could have.
To tell the truth, and the only person going to ever help us get out of the situation is going to be God. There's something wrong with the black man's mind.
There's something wrong with the black man's mind. He ain't thinking straight. He's not godly anymore. You can tell that by what's going on. Hell, it wasn't just black.
$1 million for a nigga to ride around in a private jet.
It's 100% black
right,
anymore.
Right. Black pastor is on.
Have any of y'all done Ancestry.com? Let them tell it. No one is 100% white or black.
Now, trip off of that. Do y'all see this picture? Wait till y'all see this picture I'm finna show y'all. That's why she said that. Obama. Ancestry tree, huh?
For Barack, don't you understand? It should have been a black room if you're going to have a black president. What's wrong with you? Y'all ain't got no sense, you black women. Your men treat you like your dogs. They walk all over you. They make you pay the bills.
He said it should have been a black room if you're gonna be a black president. Ooh, man, can you? He really, oh my God, man, that was some heat there, boy.
In the churches and make you pay the bills. Y'all crazy black women buying these black men private jets, the tune of $50 million for a nigga to ride around in a private jet.
Everybody be asking me, man, does the Blue Chew actually work?
Bro, you get a month for.
He talking about Obama, y'all. Y'all voted for this fool and he riding around in a private jet and he ain't done nothing for y'all, but he helped the gays. But he didn't help y'all. And y'all brag.
So, you know, I'm finna get back to the show. So, like I said, is it race hustling or race baiting? Now we're finna get over here and really. And that's after Sanfei reacts. And now we can see what this DC mayor is talking about and wrap this up, okay? DC mayor admits defeat on Trump federal takeover. And then we might do something on Brandon Johnson at Chicago mayor. Let's check that out. Yeah.
sit in your classroom in
man.
order for you to be in order.
I'm up
yeah?
here struggle screaming. Check this out. Now we're going to see what the DC mayor admitted defeat, because they gave us some of these numbers.
Man, down the city is quiet as a church mouse, yeah? I came all the way down Pennsylvania Avenue this morning. So peaceful, yeah? I don't smell no weed, yeah? I don't see no homeless people. I mean, I came all the way through the southeast side, all the way down here. You can see now I'm at the White House jump, man. It's quiet, yeah? It's a shame that it takes somebody to have to sit in your classroom in order for you to be in order, yeah? Because that's what it feels like, yeah? You got to be babysitted to do your job, yeah? Stuff been out of control for years. You got to do better, yeah? You got to do better, yeah? And mainly, young, you got the problems. It's us, man. It's always us giving everybody a bad name, yeah? We'll see how long this lasts, yeah? How many murders was it last night? How many carjackings was it last night? Talk to me.
So now that Trump's federalization
See,
of Washington, D.C.'s law enforcement is now in full effect, I have to say it is truly hysterical to witness just how helpless and useless Democrats are to actually do anything to stop it. It's like watching the ICE raids all over again, because it turns out that despite all of their constant whining, moaning, and crying about how this is racist or this is an authoritarian takeover of our cities,
do y'all see? That's what's going on in the feed. They just can't. Hey, it's really putting a magnifying glass on what's really been going on and what's going on in our community. So what's going on over there is going on over here. And, you know, right now somebody is doing something or being agitated, or someone wants to go to the store or at Walmart, and then someone probably went to Walmart tonight, one of the Walmarts, and some bullshit jumped out. So, you know.
Down, they understand what Trump is doing right now is fully within his authority. After all, Washington, D.C., according to the Constitution, does indeed fall under federal control. Down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new.
So let's look at this. DC police commander accused of altering crime statistics. This is what I want y'all to see. Police union
Currently performing right now in DC. And that's with talking point number one, of course, that crime is down, right? Trump is responding to an imaginary problem. Yeah, back in June, we might have had a congressional staffer who was 21 years old literally get killed very tragically on the way to McDonald's. We have the situation with Big Balls. We have, you know, anyone who knows people who work in DC can tell you this across the political spectrum. Even some mainstream media hosts are saying it themselves. Yes, indeed, this is a massive problem. But of course, that's what we're being told. Crime is down. I mean, first of all, I'd like to point out that, you know, when you say crime is down, when you show these statistics, you are, of course, citing the very DC police commander who even back in July, I believe, got put on administrative leave. He might be getting fired here for altering the crime statistics. Okay, as you can see, the FOP, and by the way, this is not from the Trump administration. This is a complaint that was filed actually by the police union in Washington themselves. The FOP alleged that officers in DC Metropolitan Police Department.
See, do y'all see there down there at the bottom that it was around July the 25th? This complaint was subscribed, and you know, in cities they gotta show these data reports and even the complaints. Somewhere, some feed, every city got some kind of way where you can look at the police reports, or you know, all of us can go and look at the FBI reports. But in different cities, a lot of us don't know. We can look at some of what the police unions express their concerns of what's going on with law enforcement in their town. So we got to do some diligence. Let's keep it going.
Were being instructed to downgrade violent crime reports to lesser offenses. So this might be reason number one why there's something of a disconnect, because you see crime, you see homelessness, you see incidents all across DC, but they keep trying to tell you it's at a 30-year low. Of course, no, it's not, number one. And secondly, right, so not only do Democrats lose the argument because much like inflation, which they also said was down, people have eyes, they have ears, they live experiences in this country, they know that you're completely full of crap. Of course, the second question I think it's worth posing here is down from what, right?
Starting this month, the 1776 MAGA Resurgence Initiative is taking the nation by storm, rewarding...
Because when crime hit, record highs for the 21st centuries right after BLM, if you bring that problem down, say 5%, 6%, I mean, what difference is that really making? Well, of course, I mean, as the infamous chart shows that Trump has posted everywhere, and I'm sure you've seen, but let's just show it right now again. This is what we're dealing with Washington's 2024 murder rate. And so allegedly this is down. I don't know. That's what they're claiming. Maybe it's down from 2023, but still, where is it at, right? You can see Washington, D.C. has 20.
People is being murdered. This is a murder report. Woo! This is something. This is something. Look, a murder report.
7.5 murders per capita, right, per 100,000 people. Compare that, for instance, to Mexico City, right? Their capital has 1/3 of the murder rate we do. We have 3 times more murders per capita in the United States capital versus Mexico's capital. Of course, which nation is generally considered dangerous and stuff for violence, right? But it goes on. Islamabad only has a murder rate of 9.2, right? Going all the way down here, Delhi, London, Madrid, virtually nothing compared to DC. Of course, again.
And a lot of us know it has something to do with the way we always had that bear arms thing. Everybody can bear arms. Assault arms at that. Assault weapons. So, that's just something I wanted to glance at. And, let me see if there's some more data. See. And these are the other posters.
Long overdue. I completely reject this premise that we've believed for years that, we need more soft on crime policies in America. Crime bills, they're bad, they're authoritarian, they're racist, all this stuff. No, I think everything you've watched in the first half of the 2020s fully justifies that serious national legislation and national reform is required to fix crime in our major cities.
Now we're going to get over here. Let's get over here.
Quickly, but we're going to want extensions. I don't want to call national emergency. If I have to, I will. But I think the Republicans in Congress will approve this pretty much unanimously.
Now, that said, we have to transition to talking about continually how helpless the been doing the Karen Bass happening. The DC police chief, who, by the way,
and this is the time for us to do that. I won't go into
to anyone that she is essentially being replaced here in her job, but nonetheless, take a listen, because you can hear that helplessness on full display. They lost this battle. They're going to lose it rhetorically, and they lost it politically already. Yeah. That was settled long ago. Check it out.
News now. We are watching this live news conference on the active, and I'm going to ask my team.
Let's partners who work with us every day, and this is the time for us to do it. I won't go into the details and the devils of our operational plan at this point, but you will see Metropolitan Police Department working side by side with our federal partners in order to enforce the efforts that we need around the city.
Y'all see this? Black males, black female police chiefs, you mean all of Washington, D.C. All them officers. And no one don't qualify to be a black male police chief. It's not saying that the females cannot do the job. But it's like, at the rapid pace, if this statistics have been back to back year after year, someone else needed to be in this position.
Tell us what the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, is it Pam Bondi speaking to the mayor, speaking to you, or how does this work?
So the executive order is clear. The president has requested MPD services, and our home rule charter outlines the process. The president designated Attorney General Bondi as his proxy to request services through me.
But does the Attorney General have the authority to implement changes in MPD or just request changes?
The executive order is pretty clear, and so is the law. The president has the authority, by virtue of the statute, to request services. Our organizational chart, how we do business, how we fund the police, how we make changes, none of that has changed.
So you were saying hiring, firing?
Yes.
Maybe as you've had some time to think about it since yesterday, how do you sum up how this has played out, where you didn't know about this before it was announced?
What I'm focused on is the federal surge and how to make the most of the additional officer support that we have. We have the best in the business in MPD and Chief Pamela Smith to lead that effort and to make sure that the men and women who are coming from federal law enforcement.
Yeah, well, what a just fantastic.
See, and look, it's look, sanctuary cities, y'all. Even in Washington, it's a sanctuary city. I just can't believe this. I'm up here looking at the breaking. Tom Homan just announced that D.C. illegal alien sanctuary city status has been revoked under President Trump federalization. Ain't this? So every every sanctuary city is a blue city. Got a lot of blue leadership going on there, and it been revoked because they didn't know he was coming. But even though he won as the presidency, that they was red. What's going on? See, feel free to go over there and check out his channel. His channel is called Vince Dowell. Vince Dowell channel, right there. Y'all see it? So, do y'all see it? Vince Dowell. And I think I had one more video that I needed to play. Let me see. Was that it? Let me do another. We looked at Al Sharpton. Oh, the Chicago mayor. And then we're gonna end it right there. So democracy. Chicago Mayor Johnson tells Trump to stay out of the city. Okay? Fair use. Let's see what he's talking about.
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman in New York, joined by Democracy Now!'s Juan Gonzalez in Chicago. Hi, Juan.
Hi, Amy, and welcome to all of our listeners and viewers across the country and around the world.
The Trump administration's escalating its takeover of the Washington, D.C. police force. Attorney General Pam Bondi has named the head of the Drug Enforcement Administration as D.C.'s emergency police commissioner. But D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser and D.C. Attorney General Brian Schwab have rejected the order. In addition, Bondi's ordered an end to Washington, D.C.'s sanctuary policies, which restricted D.C. police from aiding federal immigration enforcement. This comes days after Trump deployed 800 National Guard to Washington, D.C. as he declared a crime emergency in D.C., even though violent crime is at a 30-year low. Meanwhile, the Republican-controlled Congress is continuing to withhold $1 billion taken away from Washington, D.C.'s budget earlier this year. President Trump's...
Ooh, let's back that up. I heard something about $1 billion. Let's back it up. That's what I did, and we need to hear this.
Congress is continuing to withhold $1 billion taken away from Washington, D.C.'s budget earlier this year. President Trump's also threatening to take D.C. as he declared a crime emergency in D.C., even though violent crime is at a 30-year low. Meanwhile, the Republican-controlled Congress is continuing to withhold $1 billion taken away from Washington, D.C.'s budget earlier this year. President Trump's also threatening to take action against other Democratic cities.
You look at Chicago, how bad it is. You look at Los Angeles, how bad it is. We have other cities that are very bad. New York has a problem. And then you have, of course, Baltimore and Oakland. We don't even mention that anymore. They're so far gone. We're not going to let it happen. We're not going to lose our cities over this. And this will go further. We're starting very strongly with D.C., and we're going to clean it up very quickly.
All of the cities Trump named are run by black mayors. Trump singled out Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson for criticism.
And if we need to, we're going to do the same thing in Chicago, which is a disaster. We have a mayor there who's totally incompetent. He's an incompetent man. And we have an incompetent governor there.
We go now to Chicago, where we're joined by Mayor Brandon Johnson, who served as mayor since 2023. Mayor, thank you for joining us. Well, why don't you start off by responding directly to President Trump's criticism of you, but also the takeover of D.C. and what Chicago is doing about it.
Well, good morning. There's a clear fundamental difference between the approach that President Trump is taking versus how we are handling the very complex social issues that have unfortunately plagued our cities in America for decades. It is very evident that we have a president that has incredible disdain for working people. It's pretty straightforward for us here in the city of Chicago. I remember a time, Amy, when presidents declared wars on poverty. This president has declared war on poor people. And the work that we're doing in Chicago and really cities across.
So, is he race hustling, race baiting, huh? Or is he fear mongering like the earlier stream said? Because everybody knows. We don't even live there, but we know people from Chicago that's in LA. They ain't trying to go back real fast. No. Some people. And then where all this is going on at, it's in different areas. We don't even want to talk about the other mayor that was finally lost, that was spending all that money. And then we got this guy, he's in a major part of Chirac.
Across America, we're investing in people, right? The fundamental difference between the authoritarianism that's coming from the White
He's investing in people. What sort of investment? It's sort of the same investment we're investing into in people's to help find people homes that's homelessness, and then if you're doing that and it's a sanctuary city, that's gonna be kind of hard to do when we're sanctuarizing individuals that's not from these cities. So that's what I think that $1 billion budget thing we're talking about there. They said, no, I don't give them that money. It ain't gonna go to what it's supposedly supposed to be going through. Maybe allegedly, that's what that notation is. Feel free to go out here and check. I'm really trying to hang in there on this screen. So,
White House versus the collective community approach that we're leading here in Chicago is.
See, I'm just saying, it's just never no specifics, nothing.
That the president is looking to resuscitate the sins and the evil of the past, and the city of Chicago is moving progressively forward. And so, for instance, we are investing in mental health and behavioral health. I'm the first mayor since the first black mayor in the history of Chicago to reopen mental health clinics and provide mental health treatment across the city. When people are having mental health crises, a paid professional mental health provider shows up to those crises versus a police officer to provide the necessary care there, and that frees up law enforcement to address some of the other critical issues that we are dealing with.
Feel free to go over there and check out the show. I feel like I'm at work. You do, you know what I mean? I feel like I work because I work for the state Department of Mental Health thing, man. It seems like I'm back at a town hall meeting or something. So, with that, maybe I might bring some more up about this. And that was too much. That was just too much. Hey, let's just thank y'all for coming to the show. Let's get back. Let me see if I had anything else in the chamber. Is that about it? This one. And then, I got to do our city and Fairview. And we're going to see what's going on in my neck of the world. Y'all know what it's about.
Minoxidil, and for now.
a press conference and say, hey, I'm going to redistrict too. So y'all know how they've been saying, the Democrats have been saying that redistricting is like suppressing voter rights and all this stuff.
Japanese American National Museum that just happens to be the location of a new. This morning, uniformed armed Border Patrol agents outside the entrance to the Japanese American National Museum that just happens to be the location of a news conference by Governor Newsom. And those agents went to work. A strawberry vendor taken into custody.
Mayor Bashir, live on NBC4 right now. You do not believe that this just happened to be a coincidence?
There is no way this was a coincidence. This was widely publicized that the governor and many of our other elected officials were having a press conference here.
Mark my word. I wasn't exaggerating when I said that I received in the mail a Trump 2028 hat from one of his biggest supporters. These guys are not screwing around. The rules do not apply to him. The most corrupt president in history. It's a lawless president. Wake up, America. Wake up to what's going on.
And we're back. Y'all, thank you for watching.
Fair use. Go over there and check out Paralegal. You'll be really educated when you watch some of his screen. And man, I mean, you can take a paralegal course. He's an attorney, a friend of the lead's attorney. And I mean, man, they go down there and get them dockets and allow you to look at real-time court documents on this show. So let's look at a little bit of this and wrap it up.
Today, go ahead and hit that like button, my people. You know that it helps us out a ton. And of course, it helps you because it helps us keep bringing you these stories every day. We have an excellent, very monetary debasement. You're about to retire. Make sure your money's still there and it's still worth something by investing at least some of it. Elite HE double hockey stick breaking loose. And of course, we're going to bring you all of the highlights from today, y'all. So without further ado, y'all, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. But before we do, y'all, make sure you take care of your money. I'm not going to make this a long one, y'all. Go to Paralegold, PARALEGOLD.com or call 844-651-8334, 844-651-8334. If you have $50,000 to $100,000 or more in your retirement, protected from inflation, protected from monetary debasement, you're about to retire. Make sure your money's still there and it's still worth something by investing at least some of it in gold. Talk to our partners at Augusta Precious Metals. Go click the link now, get the free information, and protect your precious retirement.
Let's go to our team coverage on that immigration raid in Little Tokyo this morning. Our Robert Kovacic was there when it all unfolded. And let's start with him now live downtown. Robert.
Lolita, it was simply our goal to join my colleague Conan Nolan inside of the museum for the governor's news conference, but we never got there because there they were, a number of them, helmeted, camouflaged, armed, and masked. Border Patrol agents that came as a surprise to us, but Border Patrol telling NBC4 investigates it shouldn't come as a surprise. Their show of force here in downtown Los Angeles has been present for several months now and will continue to do so. However, accusations today that this was nothing but political theater.
This morning, uniformed armed Border Patrol agents outside the entrance to the Japanese American National Museum that just happens to be the location of a news conference by Governor Newsom. And those agents went to work. A strawberry vendor taken into custody.
Today, Customs and Border Protection is conducting roving patrol duties here, as you can see, in downtown Los Angeles. This is a location that we have conducted these roving patrol duties for the past 2 months.
We've been here over 2 months, and as you can see today, we did make an apprehension just a few feet from where I'm standing.
Was Border Patrol in place because of Gavin Newsom's planned announcement to redistrict California in favor of Democrats? They would not respond when asked directly by NBC4 and later by NBC4 Investigates.
So how did the politicians respond to this? Well, the California politicians responded exactly as you would expect. Here we're going to hear from Padilla, the senator, the United States senator, you know, the one who was thrown to the ground. We're going to hear from him. We are also going to hear from Karen Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles. And would this be a proper California politician video without your girl Maxine Waters also putting her 2 cents in? They all had something to say, and you could probably guess what it was.
But the swift arrival of Mayor Bass with her own answer.
Mayor Bass, you're live on NBC4 right now. You do not believe that this just happened to be a coincidence?
There is no way this was a coincidence. This was widely publicized that the
everybody's seen that part of the newscast. But golly, now this is like, is it race hustling? Fear mongering also. That's what the other guy said. This is a lot of fear mongering. And, man, so this is like getting out of hand. And then we're going to see what Maxine has to say. Yeah, let me keep.
He was in this country illegally. No matter, according to Congresswoman Maxine Waters.
And we know that you're trying to somehow indicate that you're saving other Californians from all of those that you have targeted. Stay out of here. We don't want you.
Here's the damaging truth about why most affiliate marketers fail and how you can avoid it.
So
according to industry research from Dining.
So these ICE raids are going down, and it's giving these politicians an opportunity to say that the Trump administration is this, that the Trump administration is that. Y'all, I am going to say this. Now, I know a lot of you.
Senators Adam Schiff, Alex Padilla, along with labor union leaders, kicking off their special election campaign this November to redraw the boundaries of California's 52 House seats.
So if Gavin Newsom don't run for president, would he run for mayor? Well, of L.A. or will Karen Kamala Harris run for mayor of L.A.? See, don't be surprised, because one thing about this city, hey, we all know, but let's listen to a little bit of what the gov is going to say.
The goal of eliminating 5 GOP seats. Now, this is in response to what Republicans in Texas are doing at the behest of President Trump. That is to redraw their maps, to eliminate 5 Democratic House seats in the Lone Star State. This is all about next year's congressional election, where Democrats hope to gain a majority in the House of Representatives, which would effectively shut down the president's legislative agenda. The governor is saying that the new borders will go before our voters in a special election, and that will only last for 3 election cycles.
Now, feel free to go over there and check out that and research special election. And I think we already drawn border maps. So that's on another screen. We'll bring that back in a short. And until then, take care. And thank y'all for coming out to the show. David Eldridge and David Jack and Queen Greer. Man, this has been long.